Well, joining me now are Republican strategist, former White House political director, and CNN contributor Ed Rollins, a political analyst and contributor to the Huffington Post, Kelly Goff. Good to have you with us. And Democratic strategist, CNN contributor Robert Zimmerman. Robert, let me ask you first, because you probably would know the least about South Carolina Governor Mark Sanford.
I know all I want to know.
How much delight is there in the Democratic Party over the fact that another contender for, at least early on, for the 2012 Republican presidential nomination has gone under?
In fairness, there's a lot of sorrow for his family. In political reality, there is a great deal of, I think a great deal of delight in seeing the hypocrisy and fraud of the right wing exposed in their deceit. It's not
you moved well beyond that empathy moment we had.
Yeah, I'm over the. I'm not out to the family, but.
Well, I've always been one of those who have felt that as a citizen, as a voter, what goes on in someone's private life is their private life as long as the law is being broken. However, I'm not a big fan of hypocrisy, but the bigger issue here is if someone cracks under the pressure of having an affair and becomes extremely exhausted, as he noted, that he has to take a leave, my concern is what happens if, God forbid, South Carolina has terrorist attack.
We should explain something, Kelly, if I may. He was exhausted from being in the public eye as in his duties as governor, not exhausted from the affair.
Right. Thank you for clarifying that. Yes, but he described extreme exhaustion today during that news conference, and I thought to myself, if this is what you cite as exhaustion, if this is what you cite as extreme pressure, then goodness forbid if there is a terrorist attack in your that to me is the bigger issue as a leader of a government, that he's disappearing and leaving the state.
The more fundamental, I mean, first of all, the stupidity of this man is just beyond me. This is a guy who basically.
Why don't we agree on something?
And you know, this is a guy who's been playing around with running for president, creating a presidential pact, the whole 9 yards. Meanwhile, this affair has been going on for a period of time. The idea that in modern day he could leave his state without telling anybody, not telling a lieutenant governor who's a Republican. He has a Republican legislature. He may get impeached. He violated the law by leaving the state without basically passing it on.
But just,
I'm sorry. My point is just. This was a foolish act, and it's ended his political career. He's now done history.
But that's all a sideshow. His exhaustion, even his political career. The more important point is, I am fed up with the right wing trying to tell me, people like Senator Larry Craig or Governor Sanford or Senator Ensign or Congressman Foley, telling me how defining me as an American, telling me what my family should be like, and using the government to try to define my moral values. They're frauds, and we've got to stand up as a country and put an end to this type of people who use religion for their own extremist purposes.
You've had none of yours, like your former president, who basically was impeached, or Jefferson, or a whole variety of other sources.
Before we go into the difference, I mean,
but there's a big difference.
What is the difference?
Real quickly, what is the difference?
The difference is Elliot Spencer and Bill Clinton didn't try to use the government to tell me how to live my life, or to tell women what rules they had over the health of their own bodies, or to define the rights of gay Americans. That's the difference. These right-wing fanatics who hold office in the Republican Party have used their position and abused their office to discriminate against people under moral grounds. They're the ones who reflect the immorality that is destroying America.
I hope you feel better.
Thank you, Ed. I do.
I hope you feel better. It's not a valid point, but I hope you feel better.
I didn't think you would give me that point.
I think it's valid. I just think it's secondary. I think, again, the idea that we have a leader who would disappear and leave his country, leave his state,
may be correct, but